In a world suffocating under the weight of conformity, where men scramble for approval and bow to invisible chains, one figure stands unshackled. He doesn't roar his presence or beg for a seat at the table. He simply exists, a force of quiet rebellion. Most will never understand him, and he's perfectly fine with that. This is the Sigma male, and his strength is his own. Welcome to the Sigma male community, where we ignite the fire of independence, sharpen the blade of self-mastery, and carve a path for men who dare to live unapologetically. Today we're unveiling the 11 clear signs a man has transformed into a Sigma male. Traits that don't just define him but forge him into something extraordinary. Get ready, because this isn't about fitting in, it's about breaking free. 1. The unshakable inner compass. Picture a man standing firm as the world spins into chaos around him. Friends pressuring him to conform, society demanding he pick a side, and yet he doesn't flinch. The Sigma male's power isn't in loud defiance but in a silent, unshakable self-knowledge that anchors him like bedrock. He's not searching for who he is. He's already unearthed it through years of reflection and trial, building a foundation of values so solid that no storm can crack it. Criticism, rejection, the howling winds of judgment, they hit him and scatter, powerless against a man who's excavated his core and made it his fortress. He's not here to please. He's here to live true, a lighthouse cutting through the fog of a world obsessed with external approval. This inner compass isn't a gift handed down. It's a tool forged in the crucible of self-awareness. The Sigma male has sat with his doubts, wrestled his fears, and emerged with a clarity most men never chase. He's questioned every truth society fed him, peeling back the layers until only his own principles remain, pure and untainted. It's not easy work. It's solitary, gritty, and demands a brutal honesty that sends weaker souls running. But that's exactly why it works, because he's not afraid to face himself, to refine what guides him until it's razor-sharp and unbreakable. What does this compass give him? Freedom, for one. Freedom from the paralyzing indecision that grips men tethered to others' opinions. When a crisis hits, he doesn't panic or poll the crowd. He consults his own North Star and moves forward with a calm certainty that unnerves the uncertain. Resilience flows from this too. He doesn't crumble under adversity because his worth isn't tied to fleeting praise or temporary setbacks. It's the kind of peace that comes from knowing exactly who you are, a quiet power that radiates without a word. This isn't about arrogance or stubbornness, it's about living in alignment with something deeper. The Sigma male doesn't need to shout his truth, he embodies it, letting his actions speak where words fall flat. Call it stoic if you want. The idea that real strength lies in mastering what's within, not bending to what's without. That's the first sign of his transformation. A man who navigates life by his own light, steady and unswayed no matter the storm. 2. Rejecting the entire chessboard. Imagine a grand chess match. Kings flexing, pawns scrambling, every move calculated for dominance or survival. Now picture a man who doesn't just step off the board. He denies its existence entirely. That's the Sigma male. He sees through the glittering trap of social hierarchies, titles, clout, the endless race for top dog, and calls it what it is, a hollow game for hollow men. He could play if he wanted, he's got the intellect, the will, the raw capability to outmaneuver them all. But he doesn't. Why waste his breath on a cage disguised as a crown? He walks away not out of weakness but out of a fierce, deliberate choice for something greater, true autonomy. This isn't a tantrum or a sulk. It's a calculated rejection born from piercing insight. The Sigma male knows the chessboard's rules are rigged, designed to keep men chasing shadows while their real potential rots. He's watched the alpha strut and the betas grovel, and he's decided neither role is worth his soul. Instead, he pours his energy into what he can shape, his own path, his own purpose, leaving the players to their petty wars. It's a move so bold it's almost invisible, a quiet exodus from a system that thrives on noise and submission. Walking away takes guts. The world doesn't like a man who refuses its script. Some call him aloof, others arrogant, a few even dangerous. But he doesn't care. Their labels don't stick. He's not here to prove a point or win applause. He's here to live free, interacting as an equal with those who earn his respect and ignoring the rest. This detachment gives him an edge. Unburdened by the need to climb, he moves lighter, sharper, his focus unbroken by the clamor of the crowd. In that choice lies his power. He's not running from the game. He's transcended it, proving that real victory isn't in dominating others but in mastering oneself. It's a stoic kind of wisdom, letting go of what you can't control and doubling down on what you can. That's the second sign, a man who's traded the illusion of status for the reality of freedom and never looked back. 3. The sanctuary of silence. Most men dread the quiet. Alone with their thoughts, they squirm, reaching for phones, crowds, anything to drown the silence. Not the Sigma male. For him, solitude isn't a punishment. It's a sanctuary, a hallowed ground where he sharpens his mind and soul. He doesn't just endure being alone. He craves it, seeks it out like a warrior retreating to his stronghold. In that stillness, the world's noise fades, and what emerges is a clarity so pure it's almost tangible, a strength that grows not from distraction but from the deep well of his own company. This isn't about hiding or shutting down, it's about recharging with purpose. The Sigma male knows that the chaos of crowds and constant chatter dulls the edge he's worked so hard to hone. Alone, he reflects, untangling the knots of the day, plotting his next move with a precision that only silence allows. It's here, away from the clamor, that he finds the patience to endure, the insight to solve, the resilience to rise. Solitude isn't empty, it's where he builds brick by quiet brick. There's power in this choice, a defiance against a culture that fears the void. While others scramble to fill every second with sound, he sits with the silence and lets it teach him. He hears what they miss, the subtle shifts in his own mind, the truths that surface when the static dies down. It's a skill, this ability to listen inward, and it gives him an unshakable calm that unnerves those who can't stand still. He doesn't need the crowd's energy, he generates his own. That's what makes this the third sign of his transformation. In solitude he's not escaping. He's ascending, tapping into a wellspring of strength that most men never touch. It's stoic in its essence, finding peace not in external chaos but in internal order. The Sigma male doesn't just survive alone. He thrives there, proving that the greatest company a man can keep is his own. 4. The Art of Ruthless Selection. Time and energy. The Sigma male guards them like a king guards his throne, spending them only where they yield something real. He doesn't waste breath on small talk, doesn't drain himself with leeches disguised as friends, doesn't clutter his life with hollow obligations. His world is a gallery of deliberate choices. Every person, every moment handpicked with the care of an artist crafting a masterpiece. His circle? Small, fierce, built on respect and truth, not convenience or flattery. He'd rather dine alone than share his table with the unworthy. This isn't aloofness, it's strategy, a ruthless curation that keeps his focus razor sharp. The Sigma male knows that every commitment he makes is a bet on his future, and he's not here to gamble on mediocrity. He cuts out the noise, toxic voices, petty dramas, the endless scroll of meaningless updates, leaving only what fuels him: growth, connection, purpose. It's a filter so strict it borders on brutal, but that's the point. He's not playing defense, he's sculpting a life that serves his vision. The world doesn't get it, they call him distant, cold, even selfish. Let them. He's not swayed by guilt trips or the pressure to fit in. His selectivity is his strength, a shield against the energy vampires who'd bleed him dry if he let them. And when he does choose you, it's not casual, it's a bond forged in fire, a rare honor that means you've proven your worth. That's the beauty of it. Every yes carries weight because his no is absolute. Here's the fourth sign, a man who's mastered the art of saying less to gain more. It's stoic wisdom in action. Control what enters your life and you control your peace. The Sigma male doesn't just pick his battles. He picks his entire existence, and that's why he stands taller than the rest. 5. The Engine of Self-Sufficiency. Dependency? The Sigma male doesn't know the word. He lives by a creed: I've got this. Every challenge, every fall, every triumph, he owns it all, no excuses, no hand-holding. He doesn't wait for a savior or a cheerleader. He builds, learns, adapts, and pushes forward with a relentlessness that's almost mechanical. A problem hits? He dissects it, finds the fix, and moves on, calm as a surgeon mid-operation. This isn't pride, it's the deep, unshakable trust in his own hands, his own mind. Self-sufficiency isn't born in comfort, it's hammered out in the rough. The Sigma male has faced enough dark nights to know he's his own light. He's taught himself skills, solved crises solo, turned failures into fuel. It's not that he can't ask for help, he just doesn't need to lean on anyone to stand. When he collaborates, it's as an equal, bringing as much as he takes, never clinging. That's the difference. He's not alone out of necessity but by choice, a fortress built from the ground up. This engine drives everything: his confidence, his freedom, his ability to weather any storm. While others falter, waiting for direction or rescue, he's already moving, already building. It's a quiet power, the kind that doesn't need applause because it's proven in the doing. He's not invincible, but he's damn close, because he's learned that the only person he can truly count on is the one in the mirror. That's the fifth sign, a man who's become his own foundation. It's stoic to the core, relying on what you control, and that's yourself. The Sigma male doesn't just survive on his own. He conquers, proving that real strength isn't borrowed, it's built. 6. Clarity through calculated reduction. The Sigma male doesn't collect junk, physical, mental, or emotional. Minimalism isn't a fad for him. It's a weapon, a way to cut through the clutter and claim dominion over his mind. He tosses the excess, useless gadgets, toxic ties, the digital buzz that drowns out thought, with a surgeon's precision, keeping only what serves his purpose or calms his soul. Why? Because every ounce of baggage is a chain, and he's not here to be shackled. He's after space, space to think, to create, to breathe. This isn't about living sparse for the sake of it, it's about power through focus. The Sigma male knows that a cluttered life breeds a cluttered mind, and he's not willing to lose that edge. He's walked away from the shiny traps, status cars, overstuffed schedules, because he measures wealth and freedom, not stuff. Every choice is a calculation. Does this add value? Does this bring peace? If not, it's gone. No sentimentality, no second guessing. Society doesn't get it. They chase more, always more, thinking it equals better. He laughs at that. While they're buried under their own excess, he's moving light, sharp, unburdened. His home, his head, his heart, they're clear, intentional, a canvas for what matters. It's a rebellion against the chaos, a middle finger to a world that thinks happiness comes in packages or likes. That's the sixth sign, a man who stripped life to its essentials and found strength in the void. It's stoic clarity, mastering your domain by letting go of what doesn't serve. The Sigma male doesn't just simplify, he dominates through it, proving less isn't loss, it's liberation. 7. The quiet intensity of observation. The Sigma male doesn't need to fill the room with noise, he fills it with presence. He listens, really listens, catching the flickers in a voice, the truths behind a smile, the motives lurking in a pause. He's not loud, but when he speaks, it lands like a blade, sharp, deliberate, cutting through the fluff. This isn't passivity, it's a predator's stillness, a radar sweeping the scene, gathering more in silence than most do in a lifetime of chatter. Observation isn't just a habit, it's his edge. The Sigma male watches the world like a chess master studies the board, seeing moves others miss. He's not distracted by the shouting matches or the posturing. He's reading the undercurrents, the real game beneath the noise. That's why he navigates so smoothly. Relationships, conflicts, opportunities, he's already 3 steps ahead, armed with insight earned in the quiet. People feel it, that intensity, and it throws them off. They babble to fill the void he leaves, revealing more than they mean to while he stays steady, collecting. He doesn't waste words on small talk or ego. When he opens his mouth, it's because he's got something worth hearing. It's not about being heard, it's about understanding, and that's where his power lies. Here's the 7th sign, a man who's turned silence into a weapon. It's stoic restraint, knowing when to hold back, letting reason guide over impulse. The Sigma male doesn't dominate with volume. He rules with depth, proving that the quietest man in the room is often the strongest. Detachment as a superpower. Chaos swirls, outrage on screens, drama in circles, emotions running hot, and the Sigma male stands apart, unmoved. He feels it all, the highs, the lows, but they don't own him, he owns them. His calm isn't numbness, it's control, a steady hand on the wheel while others crash and burn. This detachment lets him see clear when the world's a mess, making choices not from panic but from a cool, rational center that nothing can shake. It's not that he's heartless, he's sovereign. The Sigma male has trained himself to step back, to breathe, to weigh what matters against what's just noise. A friend betrays him? He processes, cuts the cord, moves on, no tantrums, no revenge spiral. Someone tries to guilt him? It slides off, useless against a man who's already decided his worth. This isn't weakness, It's iron, the kind that bends for no one. That control is his shield. In a culture addicted to reaction, he's the outlier who doesn't flinch at the bait. He's not swept up in the mob's fury or the moment's hype because he's anchored somewhere deeper, beyond the reach of fleeting storms. It's why he thrives under pressure. When others crack, he's already found the path through. That's the 8th sign, a man who's turned detachment into dominance. It's stoic to its roots, mastering your emotions so they serve you, not the other way around. The Sigma male doesn't just weather the chaos. He rises above it, proving real power is keeping your head when everyone else loses theirs. 9. Action as inherent philosophy. Words are cheap and the Sigma male knows it. He doesn't waste time preaching plans or fishing for claps. He acts quietly, relentlessly, letting results do the talking. Ideas don't sit idle in his head. They hit the ground running, shaped by discipline into something real. Commitment isn't a promise. It's a done deal, delivered without fuss, because he's not here to impress. He's here to build. This isn't blind hustle. It's purpose with teeth. The Sigma male doesn't flail through busy work. Every move is a brick in his empire, laid with intention. He's failed before, sure, but excuses don't stick. He pivots, adjusts, keeps going. While others talk a big game, he's out there doing it, stacking quiet wins that speak louder than any boast ever could. People notice even if he doesn't care. There's a weight to a man who follows through, a trust earned not by charm but by proof. He doesn't need a spotlight. His life is the evidence, a living testament to what happens when you stop dreaming and start forging. It's not flashy, it's solid, and that's what lasts. Here's the 9th sign, a man who's made action his gospel. It's stoic in practice. Value lies in what you control, and that's your effort. The Sigma male doesn't just think his way to greatness. He works his way there, proving power isn't promised, it's taken. 10. Time is the ultimate currency. The Sigma male doesn't trade his time for scraps. He guards it like a vault, knowing it's the one thing money can't buy back. Meetings that drag, favors that drain, endless scrolls through nothing. He cuts them out with a blade's edge, leaving only what grows him, calms him, or connects him to something real. His days aren't dictated by the world's rush. They're shaped by his own rhythm, deliberate and unapologetic. This isn't laziness, it's reverence. The Sigma male sees time as his lifeblood, every tick a chance to build something lasting. He's not swayed by guilt or the fear of missing out. If it doesn't serve his purpose, it doesn't get a seat. He moves slow when it matters, fast when it counts, always on a clock he set himself, not one handed down by a frantic society. That focus shifts everything. While others sprint in circles, he's carving a legacy step by measured step. He's not afraid to say no, to walk away, to let the trivial burn out on its own. It's a quiet rebellion against a world that wastes what it can't replace, and it gives him an edge they'll never touch. That's the 10th sign, a man who's claimed time as his own. It's stoic wisdom. Focus on what's yours to wield, and time tops the list. The Sigma male doesn't just spend his days. He invests them, proving that real wealth is measured in moments well spent. 11. The Unadvertised Evolution. You won't catch the Sigma male waving a flag about his transformation. He doesn't need to. His shift isn't a billboard. It's a quiet rewiring, a deep internal flip that shows up in how he moves, not what he says. He's not chasing a badge or a hashtag. He's chasing a life that fits, evolving without a spotlight because the work itself is the reward. The proof? It's in his steady gaze, his calm stride, the way he lives what others only preach. This isn't for show, it's for real. The Sigma male didn't wake up one day and declare himself Sigma. He grew into it, shedding old skins through choices no one saw. He's questioned, dismantled, rebuilt himself, not for applause but for alignment. The world sees the result. A man who's different, stronger, freer, but they'll never know the battles that got him there, and he's fine with that. That secrecy is his strength. In a culture screaming for attention, he's the outlier who doesn't need it. People feel the change, friends drift, admirers puzzle, enemies falter, but he doesn't explain. He just keeps going, letting his life speak where words would cheapen it. It's the ultimate power move, evolving in silence, louder than any shout. Here's the 11th sign, a man who's transformed without a word. It's stoic to the bone, virtue for its own sake, not for praise. The Sigma male doesn't announce his arrival. He proves it step by unadvertised step, and that's what makes him unstoppable. From man to Sigma, It's not a label you slap on. It's a fire you stoke, a blade you sharpen, a life you claim with every choice. These 11 signs aren't just checkpoints. They're the map of a revolution, a path from ordinary to extraordinary. If they hit you, if they burn in your chest, that's no fluke. It's recognition, the spark of your own transformation igniting. You're not alone on this road. You're part of something bigger, something fierce. At Sigma Male Community, we're here to fuel that fire, to arm you with the wisdom and grit to keep rising. Love this? Smash that like button, drop a comment, tell us which sign hit hardest, and share it with a brother who needs to hear it. If you're subscribed, turn on those notifications. If you're not, join us now. This isn't just a channel, it's a movement for men who refuse to settle. Keep pushing, keep growing, and we'll see you in the next one.